live. So good to go. Hey,
Yeah.
did you watch that? There's on the remote viewing channel. They had the Prue interview with the psychic guys. So Prue is her name is
Uh-huh.
Birdie, but the psychic guys interviewed her for remote viewing, and
Oh,
and one of the
I did.
things,
I didn't know. Uh-huh.
yeah, and one of the things that stood out on this interview was when when you do a view, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when we do views, the data that we record, put on paper, and put in a public forum becomes it becomes part of a whole. I don't understand the concept of what she was talking about, but it sounded like everybody can use your data to focus in on any target that the data is about. So basically, by putting it on a public forum, you are basically making this target available for everyone. It was a really unusual concept. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, but so every time we do a target and every time each one of us does the data, we have linked ourselves to the general public and allows the general public to look at our data and use it to focus in on the target. It's just a mind-boggling concept. So I didn't quite understand it. I wanted to listen to the
I
video.
didn't either. I don't either.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing to me because I don't know how it actually works.
And I didn't either. And that's what I said. I wanted to listen to it again. And if you get a chance, maybe you can listen to it and tell me what's going on.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So where is the link? You post it on the on your Discord channel, or I need to go to the
Uh,
remote
I'll
viewing Discord.
I'll tell you what. It's I will find it.
Is on YouTube? Is
Yeah,
it on YouTube?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's already uploaded. Okay, I think I'm able to find it as long as it's already uploaded.
Yes, it's already uploaded. So look for the psychic guys. It's
Uh-huh. I know.
TGI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know their YouTube channel. Yeah.
yeah. That yeah. That so this is the latest and the newest.
Mm-hmm. So Birdie went to their show, right?
Yeah, Birdie was introduced into their show, and she she's been she was one of the original Stargate members, and she dropped out of remote viewing for 20 years, and she just came back.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was kind of interesting to listen to her talk.
Uh-huh.
So
So have you been interviewed by the scientific guys?
no, no.
I think you are good enough, you know. You
I
are yeah, you are actually far more than just being good.
it would be fun, but it would be awful damn scary, and I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it. So it would be an interesting kind of proposition to get interviewed.
Uh-huh.
So what do we got for what was the target number again? The target number was
I think it's on give me a moment.
because oh 8045062.
Oh yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just look at the document and it's on yeah, I always use the date and the target ID as the name of the document.
Right. All right. Let's take a look at what we got here.
Yeah, so this week we have got four participants, and our target for practice target for this week is from Dumbledore, and the target ID is 80450262. And just yesterday evening, Dumbledore showed me what the target is, and I think it's a very interesting one. And I'm looking forward to your reaction after you know you know the identity of the target. But I have already checked all of the data submitted by our four remote viewers, and I would say, yeah, we do get some aspects that's relevant to the target, but not. I don't really think that any one of us hit the target square. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's an interesting target, and yeah, we will delve into it later. Yeah.
Okay. So this is Vanquish Evil, and it
Yes.
sounds like a party
Uh
and
huh.
a food container.
Uh huh.
So safe target feels like a party, food, warm pie.
Yes.
So she was probably hungry when she did this view. I'm kind of thinking that she was hungry and she was ready to eat.
You think that the current state of the remote viewer will affect his or her data in
Yeah.
some way?
Oh yeah.
Like when, for example, I'm really full and now I do a remote viewing session, then maybe some data that does not necessarily relate to the target will also show up in my data, like food or I'm full, some kind of like that.
I think so. I mean, I know that when I'm really tired,
Uh
it
huh.
reflects in my data. When I really hurt, it also reflects, on a lot of the issues, especially when I'm doing auras. It really shows in the auras. And then, each one of my emotional states will seriously affect how I perceive a target. Because you could look at a couch or a pie,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're not hungry, then the pie doesn't smell delicious. If you're not, if you're really full, then the pie
Mm-hmm.
looks good, but it's just, yeah, you're not wanting that pie. So
Mm-hmm.
it
So I think that really brings us to another interesting question. That is, how what should the how should remote viewers do their session in what state? For example, we always want that our data to be clean and not contaminated and stay neutral. But you also told me that when you are tired, then your feeling of tiredness will be somehow being projected into your data, and so you don't. So in other words, you don't want to do your remote viewing session when you are feeling very tired. However, on the other hand, if you are feeling like, for example, very energetic, then does that mean it's a good time to do a remote viewing session? Probably not either, because your 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 urge to do something may also be reflected partly into the data, So in what state is it? I wonder what is the best state to do remote viewing.
well,
Yeah.
well, the best state would be to be, you comfortably full, comfortable in a nice area, contained. But if you do a remote view and you take into account all the things we just talked about, and you can isolate your environment and your feelings, then you should be able to do this anywhere under any condition, regardless, because you should be able to isolate the things that are affecting the remote view. So the perfect conditions are never going to exist. I mean, the perfect condition
Oh,
would be in a sound
yeah.
room.
Agree with that.
Yeah, in a sound room with enough food to keep you happy. So, and it takes a lot of food to keep me happy. So,
So actually, there is no best condition to do remote viewing.
no, no, people change
So
so fast.
even if you are staying in a comfortable room and sitting on a soft chair and having a good time, then it doesn't necessarily guarantee that your data will not be contaminated, because your feeling of being comfortable may also be somehow projected into your data.
Well,
There is no way to eliminate that part.
no, and I'm also kind of wondering if the music we listen to kind of feeds into that too. Because so when I listen to very aggressive music, I'm aggressively looking for data. I'm just kind of wondering if that will contaminate with the music because I like my heavy metal and I like loud, angry music. So how is
Okay,
that?
I see.
Yeah, how is that affecting my music or my data? So this is who is this? This is this you?
No, not mine. It's I think it's Nina Kachina. I don't know who this person is, but I think this person no he or she is a friend of Vanquish Evil because he told this person told on your Discord uh basically tells Vanquish Evil that his or her data is very similar to Vanquish Evil's data. So and I get to, because Nina Kachina also posts his data, so I also upload it here on Google Document.
It would be really interesting to see who all these people are that we have on the Discord. I mean, each one of these people that submit data, it'd be interesting to see what and where they live and how they live. I mean, are they all city folk or are they all
Uh-huh.
country folk? I mean, and I know
I think
a lot of these people are city folk.
I think this is the first time that Nina Kachin attended our weekly remote viewing contest.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm more than be pleasure to see people who want to participate in it, especially for newcomers.
Well,
So yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Have you looked to see how many people have been looking at your videos now? So
I have no idea. I have
you
no idea. I didn't check the view count.
if you get a chance, go into the YouTube and the YouTube uh, control, and you can see that your videos are being watched. So
Oh really?
you're getting a lot more hits on them. So
To be honest, I actually feel that our video, our live stream is kind of boring for non-participants.
I know, but
Yeah,
it's
not many people are that into remote viewing. You
so
know,
no,
it's a fringe. After all, it's a fringe science. It's a very fringe topic.
it is, but we're getting views. Somebody's watching it, so I'm excited. So
Yeah.
this is Nina is looking at a monorail or a
Yes.
possibly a
Or
moving vehicle.
yes, I would say my deduction for this data would be yeah a moving vehicle or moving structure. Yeah, and because we can see it's I don't know what is the first word, but I will get it's energetic
Yeah.
and technological and metallic and lock into place and structure long, rectangular, black, medium, magnetic, upwards, clunk, attached, and many life forms. But we don't see life forms being displayed in the data. So I would be guessing it's inside that structure and probably mimic structure. And yeah, and inside and masculine. And his deduction would is monorail. Yeah, LL.
So he
And
he feels it's
hmm?
kind of like a monorail, but he's not really sure, so he wrote an AOL.
Yes.
Huh. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, I think this person submitted two data, but I accidentally has the identical one. So you saw two picture because I know he submitted twice, and I'm now looking for the second part of his data. Give me a second. I'll replace it with the right one.
Yep, yep.
Oh, this one. Yeah, it's my fault. I didn't notice that I actually copied the same picture. Oh,
Are you going to put it on the bottom of the document?
no, no, right now, not at the button, just below.
Okay.
Just replace it with the second picture, and you can see a kind of like I don't know the inner structure of this moving vehicle.
Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay. Structure, man-made, AOL
Yeah.
space. Space capsule.
Yeah, or possibly a UFO. Yeah, we just have no idea because we don't know what this moving structure is. Maybe below it is air or outer space, or maybe this is some marine and in the waters. We just have no idea. We don't know what's the surrounding environment being like. Yeah.
Oh, so hey, so you see this? Oh, I'm thinking that's an ideogram that she did up there by the target number. Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
So that curve, you can see where they've taken their pencil and repeatedly touched that curve.
Yes, and I did this too because I see remote viewers either from far side or future forecasting group. They do similar stuff.
Right, right. So they do a ideogram or a
Yes.
squiggle, and then they trace it. That is fascinating because I'm looking for how they how this person was doing the structure and how they're trying to get their data, and
Mm-hmm.
that tells me that they actually had something to look at to pull the data from.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is cool.
And because I am already exposed to a target, so I can tell you right now that this data is actually very good data. It's not a hit, but I will say it's a very good guess.
Okay, we will
Yeah,
go with
it
that.
contains many relevant aspects of the target. Yeah, very interesting, and yeah, always good to see new people joining us, and especially when they are good remote viewers.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing how fast we're growing.
Yes.
So
So.
I did two parts. This is the first part, and I was kind of distracted. This is
Hmm?
it felt like a building, older structure, amphitheater or event center, large, and there's a water fountain in front of it, and there's energy too. So
Hmm?
I did a whole bunch of ideograms, and I tried to figure out what each ideogram meant. Power of three, multifaceted. I couldn't figure out this one, uh,
Uh-huh.
but yeah. So that was my first one, and that was just a little quickie 5 minute uh,
Yes.
thing.
Like S1 in the remote viewing session.
Right, right. Oh, you didn't get the second part. Oh, there it is. So here's the second part. This is what I did this morning,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
and
see. I see. I saw your whiteboard session.
yeah, yeah. So the AOL was a vase, but again, I got a building. So the outside of the building was surrounded by other structures. There was
Hmm?
water in the area, and the structure itself had a unusual shape. So
Hmm?
that's what I got. But again, I wasn't really trying hard. I was kind of distracted. I was hungry and I didn't have enough coffee. All right.
That's all right.
So is this yours?
And yes, and this one is mine, and I'll 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 give a brief uh, explanation for why I feel about this target when I'm trying to remove it. And on the left part, I really have no idea why I drew, but I just feel the impulse to draw these ideograms. I don't know it's either ideograms or draw a simple drawing. But after I draw these simple lines, I feel like I actually draw I didn't draw words on it. My deduction at that time is that the surround the the basic setting and the surrounding environment is a waterway, and I can see there is a bridge and the river flows under the bridge. So that's the left part of the drawing. And for the right hand side, on the right hand side, again, I have no idea what I drew. So but I feel that for just for a very brief second, like 0.1 second or something, I have a I have a visual, and that visual is I was in a room and looking outside, and I can see there is a window there. So I wrote down there is a view, a window, and I can see meshes or strips on the window, and also there is sunlight coming from outside into the room, and in the room I can see that below the window there are three objects, and I cannot tell what these objects are. So I drew three stuff that looks somewhat like a mountain, but it's not a mountain. I feel that it's probably just a stone or a crystal or something. So I wrote hard and stone like, and that's pretty much all I get from this target.
Well,
And I can tell you I miss it. So anyway,
well,
forget about my
well.
attempts.
That's okay. But you wrote three stones. I mean, there are three of them, right? One, two, three.
Uh, yes, and I also noticed that in your session in your data, you also during a certain stage you also drew three objects, but I have no idea what these three objects are.
Well, I also wrote the power of three. I mean, three sides, the power of three. I mean, so three is very important for whatever reason. The power of three was very important. So I think me and you.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Even though I'm already exposed to the target, but maybe it's a relevant stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the target is a is a verifiable one for anyone. So before we do the target reveal, do you want to make your best guess of what the target could be? Yeah, based on all the data from remote viewers. I can only tell you that some part of the information is very relevant, but not all of them.
It still feels like a man-made. The target's man-made.
Uh huh. You feel that it's a man-made target.
Yeah, it feels like a man-made target. And then the other thing is, it feels. I can't say it feels like a structure, but it feels almost like a structure that can move. But that doesn't make sense. The structures can't move, so it's either a vehicle or a structure. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and I know being round has something to do with it too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just I really don't know. I mean, other than maybe a mosque or something with people inside, that would be the only thing. I didn't even think about a mosque, but that would take a lot of I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got me because I really don't know.
No one actually knows when they are doing their working on their session.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blind view. So anyway, it's good to show all the audience that yeah, we are really not cheating. Yeah, we are doing the remote viewing in an old fashioned double blind way, and everyone is playing fair and square, and we are not told in advance what the target could be, and we have not been given any hints for what the target is. So yeah, yeah, it's very understandable that you have no idea what the target is, even though you have seen so many data from different remote viewers.
Well, considering how many times I have failed picking out the target.
Well, I haven't finished our statistics because so far I think we have done almost like 40 to 50 different remote viewing sessions. Yeah, I really should start uploading all our documents on our website. I'm still working on that part. So sorry about that. I will try to make it as fast as possible. And to my estimation would be that our hit rate is around 10 to 20%.
which which is actually not a bad for a bunch of beginners.
Yeah,
It's not a bad.
yeah,
It's
it's
not a
actually not a
bad.
bad number. Yeah,
So we
considering that we are just normal people, we represent the general public.
right. Yeah, and it's funny because listening to the people on the podcast,
Uh huh.
a lot of the people are saying that not everybody can do this. They're saying that
Uh,
certain people can do it. Certain people can do it really well,
uh,
but there are some people who can't do it, and I just disagree with that thought because I
yeah,
mean,
we just prove that everyone can do it, but not always. It's just sometimes. Yeah,
yeah,
actually everyone can do it.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
not all. Yeah, not all the time, but sometimes everyone can do it.
Well, I think that what we got to do is we got to figure out a way to have people recognize how to do it and how they're doing it because
Mm-hmm.
we have a hard time ourselves looking at the data and trying to figure out obviously looking at the data trying to
Yes.
figure it out. So we've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Almost like a year.
no 37 damn contests and it's
Uh-huh.
amazing. So all right, did you the other thing is right like on your data sheet,
Uh-huh.
one of the things that was stressed on multiple videos that I've watched now,
Uh-huh.
when you do target data, you need to do it in the language that you are the most familiar with. You need to write down everything with
Oh.
your language. So if you speak Mandarin the best, then that's the language you
Huh?
write it down.
Well, tell you what. There is a very interesting. There is a very there is a reason why I don't do my remote viewing session in Chinese because it takes so much time to write Chinese characters. It's
I
easier and more intuitive. And that term is very important. Intuitive to do a remote viewing session
well,
in English rather than in Chinese characters.
well, doesn't Chinese have a shorthand? I mean, I was sitting trying to learn the Chinese characters. I mean, I tried to learn.
We do, but not for every word, and because Chinese words are so complex that it actually takes a lot of time to write it, and when you start writing words, you also get some impression from your act of writing it. So it will also, and in my opinion, it also affects your ability to stay focused in your remote viewing session. So
So
that's why even though like English is not my mother tongue, I still use English to 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 to, to do remote viewing session. Yeah, there is a reason for that.
no,
Of
it's
course, I can write Chinese, but I feel that working remote viewing session in Chinese will not give me better results.
huh. I just they keep stressing that allowing it to flow, but you're right. I mean, you'd be sitting there for hours, well, minutes, trying to get all the particular because you got to be quick and you got to write it down because your brain goes to the next thing so fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to make a Chinese shorthand that could be used for remote viewing. You know how much money you'd make?
Well, I don't, I, well, I have never thought about that. But since you mentioned it, maybe we do, we do need to develop a system for the Chinese community or to show them how they can do remote viewing session effectively and yeah, and that can yield good results.
Right, because I mean, like you say, the time it takes to write the characters out, then you
Yeah.
would start getting jumbled. I mean, the data would start piling up. But I mean, there's got to be a workaround.
Yes, when you start writing Chinese characters, you can actually start building your castle.
Yeah,
So that's why I avoid writing data in Chinese.
and that's interesting. I never considered that when I was looking at the different options for the different languages because that would definitely be a slow. That would be a way to really slow it down, and we don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want the data to be slowed.
Mm-hmm.
So
So writing words in English is much faster and more intuitive. I think that's the most important part
right.
for yeah for remote viewers. Yeah, being fast and intuitive.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to pass the words to the button of Google Document and to show the target reveal on the target reveal session. So this is what Dumbledore showed me, and it's just words.
Really? It's a document?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
The
friggin' awesome.
target is a document, and it's a story. Viewer will describe the part from the book Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, in which Alice is falling through the rabbit hole, as in the quoted text in the associated image.
Okay, so here's the question. The text is when she fell down the rabbit hole. Okay, so she falls down the rabbit hole. She's looking
Mm-hmm.
around, and then yeah, this is basically when she fell down the rabbit hole, and then when she popped up.
Yes.
So uh, that is that is funny because did Nina here? Let me go back up to it.
So
You see how Nina got the thing moving,
yes, I do.
and that
I
is
do.
yeah, that is fascinating. Many life forms because she talked
Uh
about the
huh.
cat and the other things, and yeah, you're right. We all missed, but man, that is just fascinating. Now, how does our
And
data come into play?
for the vanquish evil, he mentioned that is the surrounding environment is fun atmosphere and jovial and party like.
Oh my God, yeah. She picked up on the document and oh goddamn, let me get back down to it. She fell, and then down here. Okay, notice that they were filled with cupboards, bookshelves, maps, pictures, orange marmalade. It just you're right. Everything that a lot of the stuff, a lot of the data we had really fit this. But
And I also remember clearly, you can see on the second page of Nina Kachina's data. On the last sentence is last sentence is what
what
goes
goes?
up must come down. That's a
That's pretty
very
good.
interesting way of describing falling into a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And looking at your first view, I also noticed that you write down two words on ending path. I think is a relevant word for to describe Alice's adventures in Wonderland. Yeah, it's an unending path, and if you see the storyline, you will see that when she falls into that rabbit hole, she just keeps falling and falling, and it seems that there's no end to it.
Yeah, it just it just amazes me that what I saw and what I felt had nothing to do with, but the data, some of the data, a little bit of the data, a little bit of the data actually kind of fits in there, which is kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is cool. That was a good target. And the best thing is he took a target that is in a format.
In a storybook. Yeah.
Yeah, from a
Yeah.
storybook. Yeah, that is that was great. Wow, golly. But nobody, you're right. Nobody hit this. This is
No. No one hit the target. And looking backwards for my data, I when I do my set when I work on my session, the first visual I get is like I told you that I feel it's a waterway, and I see a river flowing under a bridge, even though it's not a rabbit hole. But I will I will I will say that it's probably my subconscious interpretation of what the rabbit hole is. Yeah, it's a passageway leading to somewhere,
yeah,
and I didn't draw a hole or a rabbit hole or a road going underground. Instead, I feel that it's a river, a passageway under a bridge. So that's my first visual, and on the data I present on the left part of my removing session. So yeah, I don't consider myself hit the target, but looking backwards, I can see that maybe that there is some or maybe there is there is some connection or some reasons why I have a visual like this. It doesn't explain anything, but it explains something to myself. So this time I don't actually think any one of us hit the target, but I would say the closest one could probably be Nina Kachina's data.
yeah, yeah. I mean, she's
It's
got
the closest one, but I wouldn't not close enough for me to say it's a hit.
yeah,
I would say it's just like a metaphor of the whole storyline.
yeah. I mean, she had several elements that really hit home, but it definitely wasn't a hit.
Mm.
But yeah, the funny thing is she wrote she has two tracks here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I do
And
timelines, right? So the main timeline is on on the bottom of that picture, and then
yes.
the secondary timeline is where the monorail is going.
Mm-hmm.
And Alice is on that second timeline going down the hole. So this picture represents a lot to me just because Alice fell down the rabbit hole and is falling down this second timeline. She's
Mm-hmm.
going down a separate path. So while that's not the right picture, that means a lot to me when I look at the data. When I look at the data and I look at the target. So that is funny. Yeah, she did really
So
good.
I would say what I learned from this remote viewing session is that remote viewing doesn't just work on real object or real stuff. Even in fictional fictional stories like Alice in Wonderland, remote viewing also works. It can get data. Yeah.
The problem is we interpret the data, and because we're trying to take a small portion of what we feel, that's where we go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Our data comes in correctly, but we try to interpret it. And this, with the data being a written passageway,
Mm-hmm.
we don't, we can't see that, and we try to interpret what we see. So yeah, that would be really hard. We'll have to work on being able to interpret written documents like this because this is
And
really really good.
it also shows that actually all remote viewers are biased when they are working on target because we assume we kind of like assume the target to be a real thing, a
Right.
real object or
Right.
something in the real world, in the physical world. We assume that it actually exists in our universe. But in fact, it's it turns out that it's just a storyline written in a storybook. Yeah, it's not in the physical world per se. Maybe it's in our conscious mind. Yeah, in the conscious space we share with other people, but not that definitely not in the physical environment.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, I have a lot of targets that are non-physical, and it's very hard to do. And being able to focus and knowing that I'm focusing on a known actual target rather than a chatbot GPS or GTS drawing. There's a big difference. I mean, a known physical is much easier. So it is
So
truly it truly is different.
yeah. So anyway, I think it is a very interesting target, and I don't know if you have watched the video I posted on your Discord yesterday. Yeah, about the masking. Yeah, future forecasting group that they recently started an experiment of using masking when working on a remote viewing target, and it's very similar to to what we are doing here. They try to remote view a target, but instead of telling remote viewers to go look directly at the target, they create a a fictional story or a stage or or an object for remote viewers to see. And if something happens to the target, then something will also affect the mask. And so remote viewers will not directly observe the target, but instead they observe the mask and report data from it.
So
So
when did you post
mhm.
that?
Just yesterday, and
Was it on general?
yes, I think so. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Ah,
Yeah, we have got
future.
so many messages.
I know.
Please.
Masking.
Oh,
There we go. So I got it
yeah.
now. Yeah.
They use this technique to shield remote viewers from having a direct contact with the target, because especially when the target can be a negative one, because sometimes remote viewers may be traumatized when they find out that there is some something negative or very disturbing in the target about the target.
Right. Right.
So that's a very interesting. But I will tell you, according to Future Forecasting Group, after the U.S. election this November, there will be riots in the United States.
Well,
Not a good not a good thing to know.
oh, there's always riots. I mean, things happen. People complain, and then gas Molotov cocktails are thrown. So yeah, I mean, up here in Seattle, where I live, we had riots for golly, I don't know how many days. Down south of me, they literally God, I think it was 180 days of riots. So it's something we do. We do it for fun.
I don't think you do that for fun.
Oh, come on,
People do that because they are having troubles.
no, I think, and I don't know for sure. So you got a core group who have a good idea or a bad idea, and they want to go out and they want to express themselves. And then
Yes, it's
and
pretty much similar to associative remote viewing.
right, but the other people that follow behind the original group is the ones that create all the problems. It's a second group of people. So if I ever remote view, all these bad things coming, there's three groups of people. There's
Mm-hmm.
the people that start it, the people
Mm-hmm.
that come in and make it worse, and then you got the third group, the people that come in and finish it. They're the ones that come in behind everybody and try to slow down the damage and devastation. So I mean, I've remote viewed all the problems that we're going to have and all the fun times, but it's just it'll
I
all
don't think it's sometimes.
well, it's all going to pass. I mean, it's
Yeah, in the end, everything will pass.
everything will pass. Yeah. So, but good times. Yeah. But this is fascinating that we had a target of.
Yes.
Now, my question is, okay, so if we would have known that this is a document, if we would have been foreshadowed or we
Unloaded.
yeah, front loaded, we were front loaded. My question is, would we have been able to do better at describing what this document was?
Uh, I have no idea, but to to prove the remote viewers, I will say that the target is an event, and I will have remote viewers to describe that event.
Right. Right. So we know it works. In fact, we've done multiple targets where we've described events and we've described, front loaded events and people. But the question is will that apply to everything? I mean, can we apply a simple front load to everything? Documents, people, events, emotions.
Oh, that will be interesting to test it out. For example, we would just like pick up a history book and seeing through all the historical events and
Exactly.
ask remote viewers to and we just simply pick a random page and ask remote viewers to describe what is the event happened on that page.
Exactly. Exactly. Because one, it would be a document, and two, it would be a random event somewhere in time, and it wouldn't matter
Huh?
which document or which book you pick it from, because we should be able to one, get a feel for the target itself, which is
Uh-huh.
on the document, and two, we should be able to see the document as it's laid out. So I mean, that would be cool. Is having a two-part or yeah, a two-part remote view session. Tell us the document and tell us the target.
Well, actually, I think I can do that. It's very easy because I have got some history books in my house. Not here in my sister's house, but in my house I do have some history books. And yeah, I just randomly pick one, and I can do it in a double blind fashion. Even myself don't have no idea what the target is.
Well,
Yeah, it's very easy for me. I just pick a random number generator and get a number and assign the formula and calculate what will be the book and the page for it.
exactly. Once that's picked out, I mean, we will know that in this book on this page, this is the target. What is the target, and what is the document trying to say? So
Yes, and
that would be cool.
yeah, and in that book is I can also tell you it's a comic book, so there are many features on it. Yeah.
Right, which would be good for the people who can. Oh, what do you call it? It'd be good for the people who can focus and draw, or get a feel for a drawing.
But maybe we can practice that maybe I don't know next week or next month. I don't know, but I think it's a very interesting thing to find out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and next week, the week after, it doesn't matter. Well, at least a focus and a direction of which way we need to go. So I
Uh,
like that idea. because there's a lot of documents that I would love to look at, and a lot
So
of.
speaking of that, who would be our target assigner that next week?
Um,
No idea.
yeah, we're gonna. Well, why don't we? We'll throw it up on the Discord, and we'll see if we got a random. If we can get a random target from somebody. Maybe some.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's good that we always ask the community first and see who has got something they really wanted to find out, and we also if by Wednesday no one wants to propose any target, then we just propose our practice targets.
Oh, you know what?
Huh?
Vakish Evil.
Hmm?
Vakish Evil gave me a target. Um,
Okay, maybe we can do that. We
yeah,
can work on that next week.
yeah, yeah. I'll talk to her, and she had a good target. So, but yeah, that would be cool. So on
Yeah,
this one, we're
I,
just. Do you want to pick a random number and figure out who won, or who gets the bonus prize?
well, uh,
Or do you want to?
for me, I prefer to even though there is no winner for this week, but personally, I think Nina Kachina is definitely uh uh it, I don't know, but personally, I would say Nina Kachina can get our prize. Yeah, because after all, I really appreciate that he or she would like to take part in our remote weekly practice. And secondly, he already did very well on the first attempt, even though it's not a hit. But I would like to encourage people to keep doing that. Yeah, the purpose of setting up a reward is not to really make people rich or what. It's actually just I would say it's just something to encourage people for 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 their effort and for keeping up for building up a good habit.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So if Nina Kachina would like to go on this path with us, then I think we welcome him or her, and we would like to see more of his participation in the future. So personally, even though I don't think there is a winner for this week, I prefer give to send our ZenPandaCoin meme tokens to this person. I don't know is a him or her. Anyway,
Right, right. All right, I'll get a hold of them and I'll make it
yeah.
happen. Hey, what about?
Anyway, I'll just as usual. I'll pass the tokens to you, and you just handle the rest.
Right, right. What about last week? I got so busy and so tied up with work. Who won? What happened last week? I mean, I'm just drawing a blank here. I've been
Oh,
I've been so busy at work that
oh, give me a second. I need to review. Oh, last week I think. Give me a second. Give me a second. Person K. Last week is a very tough decision for me because I really cannot name one person that I think it is the because all I think all of you did quite good on this. Yeah, first you mentioned the target person K is political,
right,
and he is not having a good time. He feels like stressed out, and Leora King also drew the surrounding environments where person K is in jail, and you can see in Aura's drawing, yeah, he literally drew many bars in the background, and Leora's they thought that is a hospital, but it's actually not a hospital. It's a jail. But actually, that person K, used to be a doctor, so it's also relevant.
Right.
And for Vanquish Evil, she thought that person K was a female, but instead is a male subject. However, she also mentioned that that subject is having a hard time, and she is feeling tired and feeling some kind of hurt, and yeah, it's also yeah, we also got some good description on that person on the person target person K.
Right.
So and for Dumbledore, his description, I forgot which line. Yeah, about the face.
Yeah, he had a lot of really good descriptions about the guy. He even said he had kind of like a wolf-like face, and which was
Yes,
kind of
yes.
kind of strange.
So it's really hard for me to pick one, considering that you all get so many aspects about that person. So really, I have no idea. Maybe we just leave it to the random number generator. You pick yeah, you set a number from 1 to 4, and you hit the button twice and see which number came which number came out. For example, number one would be you, and number two would be Leora, number three would be Dumbledore, and number four would be Vanquish Evil. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you got a random number generator handy?
Oh, give me a second. I think I used to have. Yeah, in the past documents. Give me a second. I'll send a link to you
Oh,
very soon, so you can do the draw on
you know what I'd like
live stream,
at
and no one and everyone can see that. Yeah, we are literally doing what we said.
right.
We don't cheat, and we are playing the game fair and square. And now you can see the test I post on the general channel. There is a link. Oh, no, no, no. Maybe I should just post on the current Google document. Give me a second.
Yeah, yeah. Post it
Yeah,
on post it on that.
yeah. Post on to the bottom of the current document.
Okay.
And give me a second. Give me a second. This computer is kind of slow. Uh, because I'm not at home right now. Okay, so the link is now on the Google document. Yeah, you just move to the button and you should be able to see it's a random.org.
Okay. Let's see if I can. There we go. So press that.
Uh-huh.
One,
Yeah,
two.
just 1 to 4, and you click the button twice, and if it turns out to be the same person, then draw again.
Okay. So there's one. That's number two.
Two. Uh-huh. Number two would be
Yep.
number two would be give me a second. Number two would be the aura.
Leora. So
Yeah.
Leora. Oh, cool. Cool.
Huh?
All right.
Uh-huh.
So I will contact Leora and I will make sure that that is taken care of for last week. And that was a really
Uh-huh.
that was a really good view too. I mean,
Uh-huh.
having being front loaded like that made it a lot easier, but I mean, it was still cool to see all the different data come in, especially since every aspect of that guy was very interesting. I mean, from his background all the way up to his
Mhm.
political his leanings. So
Yes. It's fascinating that we even though the target is not double blind. This actually is the we only told the remote viewers that the target is a person, and that's all they have.
great.
So pretty amazing to come up to get so much data from it by just being given so little evidence, so little data.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoy the hell out of it. So okay.
Hmm?
All right. Well, Can do.
Uh huh. Okay. So see you next week. Bye bye.